Squad is one. It's Triple T in the building, baby.
Triple T. Go back.
Tell the Truth Show. The live is one. The squad is one.
Triple T.
Triple T in the building, baby.
Shawn Castro. FITO. Wednesday.
Yeah. It is a Wednesday. Day before the NBA Finals. And we're here to debate and talk about the two heavy hitters. Golden State Warriors and Cleveland Cavaliers. Or LeBron Cavaliers, should I call them.
So I guess now that you say Golden State versus Cleveland, I guess Chris Paul is super happy doing the shimmy in his house, right?
That's disrespect.
Why?
We already know how FITO feels about Chris Paul, but Chris Paul did a great job.
Trash.
He had a hamstring.
You saw how many points he put on Game 7?
He was hurt. Shout out to the Warriors though for capitalizing, doing what they were supposed to do.
When James Harden, he became James playoff, and just fell short.
Yeah, they brought him to Game 7, so they did a good job. They stole one in Golden State.
Yep.
They stole one in Golden State.
Game 4, right? Game 4.
In Game 7 for sure. Golden State may have one too. No, they stole one in Game 7. So they did what they had to do. They sealed the deal. It took 7 games, but hey, they made it happen. But that lets me know something about Houston, though. Houston offense can be just almost as lethal as Golden State. They had them frustrated at moments, but it wasn't enough because Golden State had their moments where they had Houston on the ropes.
The problem is Golden State defense, and I told you Houston was, they can hit 3-pointers for 4 games in a row. Well, not in a row, but 4 games in 7 games.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah, it is.
But we're not here to talk about Houston. We're here to talk about the NBA Finals for 4 straight years. We got
the Western Conference team and the Eastern Conference. The team that's representing the West, team that's representing the East.
We got for the 4th straight year Cleveland against Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening?
Is it a rival?
What do you think?
Yes, but in a weird way. You have LeBron James versus Golden State because he's the one consistent player that's there on that team. That kind of gives him some credit towards him. At the same time, there's a lot of L's, and there's one victory he did pull off, but we already know how that went. We'll get more into that later. And you got Golden State kind of in the halfway they run. They got Kevin Durant because he came in last year and he's here again this season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you could kind of say that Durant and LeBron has always had their rivalry since Durant came into the league, individually.
Some people don't feel that way because LeBron have the majority of the wins.
Right. Well, I know there's been more of the debate, and I know LeBron has it foregone in most of the seasons. Who's better, LeBron than KD? Obviously, we know who's the most compatible for offenses. That's LeBron. But you can't deny Kevin Durant's scoring ability. And when he wants to play defense, he's great.
Who, LeBron?
Kevin Durant.
Oh, we're going to say LeBron playing defense.
He doesn't play defense anymore, but I remember those days where LeBron used to go chase down.
Yeah, those days, like 10 years ago?
Yeah. But stating off the individual battle, I think that's a good argument to have. Who has the better defense out their career? We know who that goes to.
All right. Well, we don't talk about the starting lineups.
Let's talk about the starting lineups.
For Golden State, you got the 2 times MVP. You got Curry. You got Clay. You got Chef. You got Klay Thompson. You got KD. You got Green, and I guess they will start Looney. Because I don't see they can start McGee. I guess.
I haven't seen Zaza in so long.
I mean, he's slow.
I don't even. Does Zaza even much play? I know.
Remember
does Zaza even much play for the Warriors?
The only purpose that he had was to take out the clock, and he did a good job.
He did a great job.
He took out Kawhi from San Antonio, because I don't know if he will return to San Antonio. That's how bad. That's how good Zaza did his job. Zaza. And then in the other side, we got
Mr.
LeBron.
Georgia. Yes. We got LeBron.
And we got LeBron. We got LeBron the point guard, LeBron at the small forward, LeBron at shooting guard.
And look, I knock LeBron a lot. Don't get it misconstrued. LeBron is a great basketball player.
I mean, who said the opposite?
He's durable, the most durable player I ever seen.
He's also a flop.
He's a gym rat. The jumper has improved this playoff season. But I'm still kind of shaky on that because when you went to so many finals and playoffs, he should have been had that jumper on ice. But this season, it has shown, especially the Toronto series. But again, I'm just trying to hype it up for the finals matchup where we continue to see that jumper consistently like we saw it against Boston, against Indiana, and more so how hot he was against the Toronto series. Will we see that against the Warriors? I say no, but he said he's chasing the ghost. Let's see if he can prove us wrong.
He's chasing the goals, but he didn't say MJ goals. He said probably Casper or something like that.
Stop disrespecting LeBron.
Wow, man. I'm not disrespecting LeBron.
He hates LeBron. I don't hate
LeBron is a great player. I love LeBron. I told you I love LeBron.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, we got LeBron.
Let's talk about his support.
Wait, what support? The referees?
Don't get me started on that. Okay, who will be their starters? We never know because they put different people in the lineups. Will Tristan even start?
Look, I know they say they got George Hill. They have Jose Calderon in the bench. I prefer playing Jose Calderon. He's a confident player. He's a veteran. He know what he's doing. I know he's not athletic, but
very small.
He's smart. I guess that's the problem. He don't play defense.
This. I was just about to get into that. It's not that he won't try because he's gonna put in the effort.
Yeah, that's hustle.
But Curry's gonna light his ass up. It's just too much. Not that he can't. Again, Calderon could lock me up and drop 40 on me if I'm playing against him, and I'm way bigger than Calderon. But I'm just talking to the guy who he's gonna be matched up with. He won't be able to guard Steph Curry at all.
That's right, but I mean, he's not even in the rotation. At least put him in the rotation. That way he can probably guard what?
Well, maybe he's not in rotation for a reason.
Nick Jones.
He's there for support, moral support.
I mean, he's not in the rotation because LeBron don't want him.
LeBron wants, LeBron gets. Let's talk about Kyle Korver, who was a big help in the last
So what do
series.
you think? If you are LeBron, you trust Kyle Korver in this series?
Yes. You have. What other person he's gonna trust? Because Kevin Love is a hit and miss. Sometimes he's on. Sometimes
don't
he's
disrespect Kevin Love.
It's
man.
the truth.
What
and
truth?
Look, it may not be his fault. You know how I feel about where Kevin Love's superpowers have went and why they have went, but still,
because he don't
he's
work
an
out.
NBA player.
If he's like LeBron, he will be in the gym practicing. But no.
Look. Okay. J.R. Smith.
Look, JR, you probably will have like 2, maybe 1 game that he will be hot and he score like 15 points, but I don't think that will be enough.
I want to say this. If I'm Cleveland and LeBron, I think I want to change my lineup. I want to play bigger than smaller. And let me state my reasons why.
I mean, how and with which players? And what you mean with big? Because nobody play big in this league right now.
Well, more length. Let me explain why. And this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna start by saying this. Do you agree that Golden State is gonna whip the piss out of Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yes.
Either 4 or 5 games.
All right, you don't think they whooped Cleveland last year?
They did. But I'm assuming that's what you would say now, right? Because I would say the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. George Hill should probably come off the bench.
All right, who will start?
I will put J.R. Smith at the point guard position, defensive wise. He's gonna guard Curry anyway, most of the time. I know Hill will guard
You
him.
want JR on Curry.
Yes.
All right.
I want, and J.R. Smith will probably get in early foul trouble, but J.R. is a big 6'6". I want him to put that body on Curry as much as possible to wear him down. Green and LeBron has to play Durant at all times. I'm saying it in the perspective for them to try to win this title, to win this series. At all times, 48 minutes, as long as KD's on the court, LeBron or Jeff Green must be guarding him at all times.
The problem with that is don't really matter because remember all the switching.
Right. You have a good point, but you still need a body. And I would want those two guys to try to be on him at all times, whether Green and LeBron is playing together on the court or when they're off the court. One of those two guys must try to aggravate him. That other guy is guarding Clay. Whoever's Jeff or LeBron, whenever they're in the lineup together. Durant is your main option with LeBron and Jeff, and then it's Clay for whoever's up next. And as for Draymond and JaVale or Bell, whoever's playing the center position, let Tristan play around there.
So
I think Tristan can fight well with those guys.
So you want probably LeBron to do what he did in Game 7 and play all 48 minutes. For how long?
No, that's impossible. And I understand what I said. Okay, let's say LeBron sits down. Jeff Green has to be in if Durant's in the game. And then you would have to interject George Hill. But I still think you keep JR on Curry. And George Hill would have to chase around Clay. That's my opinion. I think that would be the better chance for them to try to win the series or to win some games. I think Hill is going to be skull drag if he has to guard Curry.
I think for matchup, I think LeBron will probably stay most of the time with Green at the beginning of the games. That way he don't have to play defense that much. He's bigger than Green. You know, he only have to see the switches. You know, because that's the thing. They switch that much. I'm pretty sure Cleveland will switch everything, and KD and Steph will get
the mismatch anyway.
Exactly. So
I think it's more of a psychological standpoint because you can't outshoot them, right? They may get one game where they hit like last year 18 threes, but you can't outshoot them. They have length just as well. What else are you going to do mentally to try to give you an edge? Yes, they're going to set a pick, but as for start, let's say when they're coming up half court, you want to put the most fierce guy that you can on their opponents. And you have to try. It's either that or you lay down. I know it's impossible, but if you're a Cleveland fan or a Cleveland coach, what else you going to do?
I mean, if you're a Cleveland fan, you're sorry, man. No, look.
I was trying to give y'all some hope.
Look, I'll give you some facts of Game 4 of last year, the only game they won. Do you consider last year's Cleveland team better than this year?
Yes.
By a lot or?
Offensively, probably by a lot. I think this Cleveland team has done well defensively. I know
not that well, but better than last
year. Good
year.
Enough to make it to the finals.
Well, they still 28 in the league.
Well, it's either one or two things. LeBron is
they know winning
being
by
God,
by defense.
Or the East is weak.
The East is weak. Super weak. All right.
You heard it here first.
The fact, look, the only game that they won in 2017 finals, they scored a record 49 points in the first quarter. 49 points in the first quarter. They scored 86 at half.
That's crazy.
86 at half. You scored 86 points at half. Golden State scored 68. That's still a lot.
That's amazing.
That's still a lot. They scored 137, and Golden State scored 116. So Cleveland won, they won by 21.
All right.
And they made in the first half 13 threes. That's
crazy.
That's 39 points already right there.
Right.
So that was the only game they won, and put in those numbers, and you can say at half the game was almost close. It was 80, 86, 68.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying for like Golden State Warriors.
Kyrie, I miss you.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see. And look, there's no excuses, man. And look, I'm not a LeBron hater. I think outside of the court, he's a great father.
Great father.
He's
great,
a great role
husband.
model.
Great actor.
A great actor.
Yeah.
Great philanthropist. The best scientist. The best doctor.
The best friend.
The best
coach, GM, president, operations.
LeBron James is the perfect human being. But when it comes down to this basketball debate, I'm not.
Dang.
We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. 3 and 5 still matters. The whole objective is to win, correct? When you play a season,
in this era, I guess.
Your objective is to win the championship, right? So his individual accolades are awesome. And I think he's top 5 for sure. Maybe top 3. But I'm not going to change my head and ignore his finals record. He's won 3 finals, which is good enough for me if he was to retire tomorrow or retire at the end of this year, to put him in the top 5, top 3. But you want me to ignore the 5 losses? I can't do it. And it may be 6 after this year. Now,
and counting.
If he wins against Golden State and it's obviously just him, I will put him 2 for sure. 2. But still, if he winds up becoming 4 and 5, it's still more losses than wins. Come on, people. Help me out here. Explain to me how LeBron is the GOAT.
They will throw you papers, numbers.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw some facts back.
Hey, so, all right. No Iguodala for game 1. You think will affect a little bit, or that's a...
He is a very important piece
Yeah.
when it comes down for the bench.
Yeah.
And I didn't like how Nick Young handled his interview about his first finals. He's 33 years old. He still act like a kid.
He's hype.
He's hype, but Nick Young will forever be 18.
He can feel that ring already.
Nick Young has some talent. I really like Nick Young. But Nick Young is the younger version of JR. He was JR in Denver. That's how I look at Nick Young. He gets very streaky, but he could mess up the flow of the game too.
All right, so before making our prediction in the series, because it's very tough, I want to say to all Lakers fans, hey, the Lakers are in the finals too. You got Larry Nance, Jordan Clarkson, Mike Brown, Nick Jones. So the Lakers in the finals, baby.
Yeah, that's for sure. The Lakers are in there.
All right,
you want to talk about this juggernaut team, the Warriors?
We talk about already.
Who's gonna guard Kevin Durant, Clay,
Nobody,
and Steph Curry?
Nobody.
Why are we debating this?
Nobody.
I'm trying to make something out of Cleveland, but I don't see it. They may get one. If they get lucky, probably push it and get 2 games, but that's it.
How much points or which stats LeBron will have? You think LeBron will dominate, or he will have what?
I say LeBron is only due for 1 horrible game and 1 decent game.
Because remember, if Golden State wins in 4 games and LeBron averages 28, he's the GOAT. You know, he did his part.
He's gonna get a few triple doubles for sure. You know, that's what the game is about for them today. Let me get my 10 rebounds, my 12 assists,
And that's it.
and my
Lose by
40
20
points. Just so when we lose, I could show the people, hey, I did my part. Look at the stats. I did my part. That's what that's about. You know that to be true.
That's right.
So I got the Warriors busting it up in 4. Maybe 5, but I'm going 4.
I'll go just to debate. I would say 5. I don't know how, but
I
5.
won't put money on that 4 because LeBron and the refs could do anything.
Oh yeah,
anything is possible.
We already saw it.
So, but I'm gonna go with 4, just for the fun of it. FITO, Shawn Castro, finals. Watch it. We'll be checking it out. Let us know who you're rooting for. Let us know who you like, who you dislike, and who's going to win and how many games and why. If you pick Cleveland, you're a fool.
What? See you, people. Triple T.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my